Okay, so welcome to this tutorial on the mini integratable shopping cart script. Now I'm going to take this tutorial very slowly. The reason being is that there's lots of fiddly parts. I've used functions to ease things out, some if statements inside the cart.php, which is here, and the reason I've done this is, or the reason I'm going to go slowly is it's quite complicated at some points. So I'm just going to take it easy and just make sure that you can get to grips with everything. This code has been tested for security. It's been tested sort of, for the code validity. It works well, and as far as I'm concerned, it's good enough to use on your website if you need to. So the demo, at the moment I'm looking at phpacademy.org/shop. This is where you can originally buy the script from. At the time of viewing this tutorial you might no longer be able to buy it, but if you're recently watching it then you will. So the way it works is you've got two elements of the page. You've got the shopping cart itself, which is up here at the moment. We can see your cart is empty, and you've got the items list, which is here from here and then downwards. So at the moment there's only one item. You can see we've got a title at the top here, you've got a description here, and this is highly customizable. So obviously if you wanted this title in bold, that might be a good idea, so you could put some strong tags in there, and you've got the price here and the description in the middle. So these two elements are separate and they're called using two different functions. So you could say that it's sort of easy to integrate into your website, because all you have to do is you have to include the cart.php file, and then this index page here just calls both the functions from that. So it's quite simple. You can see it runs really quickly as well. So if I was to click add, we just basically have now added one item of this into our shopping cart. We've presented with a PayPal checkout button, so I'm going to take you through how to add the items into the shopping cart, and then the ability to check out with PayPal is there. You've got the total here. You can add or subtract the item. So if I was to subtract one, that goes. So if I re-add it in here, I can add the quantity, so I can put the quantity up. So here you can see I've added it up to 3 quantity. So we've got shopping cart code, which is the title, times 3 at 229 each is 687, and then it gives us the total. You can also delete the object entirely. So it's really easy to use, but because it's not so easy to program, I'm going to be going really slowly in this tutorial. So in this introduction, in this first part we're going to be creating the database itself. And this is going to basically be the it's very simple, the database. It's just going to hold our the information for our cart. So if we go over to PHP Academy, or no, localhost / PHP my admin. So I'm running with PHP and my admin to moderate my database. Okay, so once this is loaded up, okay, so cart here is the database. Products here is the table. This is the only thing you need. So here we've got the ID, we've got the name, the description, the price, the shipping, and the quantity. So let's just click on edit. Now obviously this is just some dummy data I've put in. This is on phpacademy.org. This is, however, is on my local host, so this doesn't apply to this content, but the structure of this table is exactly the same. So let's delete this and we'll go ahead and create a new one. Okay, so the table needs to be called products, number of fields 6. Okay, the first field is ID, the second field is name, and then we've got description, and then we have price, shipping, and the quantity that is available. So we click, we need to set each row's thing. So varchar for name, text for description, meaning we can have a large amount of text. Varchar for name is really up to you, but I'm going to set it as 25. The ID is going to be auto increment, so we're going to increment each time we add an option, or a row I mean, and we're going to have that as the primary key. The price is obviously going to stay at sort of like a number value, but we want it as a float, so we can have sort of say £2.50, so with a 5 and a 0. We have a decimal point in there. Shipping is going to be exactly the same, a float, and quantity is going to be int because we're going to have whole quantities only. So if we click save, okay, so let's browse the table. Well, we can't at the moment. Let's look at the structure. ID, name, description, price, shipping, and quantity. Everything's there. Now we need to insert a value. So I'm going to put the name as say a book. This is a book. The price of the book I'm going to put let's say £3.99, and the shipping I'm going to say £1.99, and the quantity I'm going to set 10. Now the shopping cart as it stands doesn't deduct quality when purchased. That's up to you to do that in the back end. I haven't programmed it to deduct quantity. However, it will stop the user ordering more than 10 in one go. So that's a good thing, I guess. We're going to add another item now, so I'm going to say so we've got a book and let's say tea. Oh, tea. Some tea. I'm going to price this at £6.99, and my shipping is going to be £2.99, and the quantity I'm going to say I've got 5. Actually, let's lower that a bit to 3 for testing purposes. Let's click go. And we've inserted them 2 records into here. So we've got name book and name tea and description of each one, the price, the shipping, and the quantity of each one. Now what will happen is, let me just get rid of this. What will happen is when we do start to program, we're going to list each item, then we're going to add sort of our add button, allow it to be added, and we're going to be going back and forth from index.php, which is here, and cart.php. Index.php requires no PHP code except calling each function, so we can call the function to display the items in one part of our page, and call the function to display our shopping cart in another part of the page, and cart.php is going to deal with everything. So index.php we're going to leave alone just for now, but inside PHP we're going to have to start creating a few things. So I'm going to break in and just say session start, because we are going to be using sessions to store cart data. I'm also going to set the page to index.php. Now this variable is the page that we need to link back to after we've added items, removed items, with the functions listed here. So after we've come to cart.php to add an item or modify an item, we need to jump straight back to index.php. So this is this variable here. So this must be the same page as you've included your cart function on, but all will become clear a bit later when we get to this stage. Next thing we want to do is connect to our database. So I'm going to say MySQL connect. We've got 3 different parameters in here. I'm connecting to localhost with the username root, and I don't have a password at the moment. And I'm going to say or die MySQL error, so we can keep an eye on them errors. Then we're going to come down and connect to our database, select our database I mean. So the database, if we go back, is called cart, so that's just going to be called cart, and we're going to say or die MySQL error. Okay, so that's going to return us an error, a specific error if it can't connect. So down here I'm going to echo done, just to check if it has connected properly. So let's go back to our main page and refresh. Okay, sorry, yeah, my mistake. We're on the index page at the moment, so I'm going to go to cart.php and done. So that's connected. So I had the wrong page in my browser there. So this is connected successfully, and what we want to start doing now is building up different functions that are going to allow us to access our products from our database and then add them to our shopping cart itself. So that's in the second part of this tutorial.